Okay, so I'm back, and the question is, what's the point? So we spent a lot of time talking about Newton's second law of motion. And so what is that? It means that the total force acting on a system causes the mass of that system to accelerate. So that is Newton's second law. So why are we so interested in Newton's second law? So if you know the forces acting on a system, you can add those forces together. Either if they're parallel, then we just add them, keeping in mind that negative is that way, positive is this way. If they are at an angle, we can still add the forces together using geometry. So now we would know this thing over here. We would know the mass of the system. So if we know this and we know this, we can calculate that. So then we can get the acceleration of the system. So who cares? Once we got the acceleration, we can plug it into the how fast equation, the how far equation, and then the hybrid equation. So if you remember, those were the equations of motion. So once you know the acceleration, you can plug it into those equations, and now you would know how fast the system is moving, and you would know how far the system moves in a certain period of time. So here's a sample question. A box of 2 kilograms is initially at rest. A force of 10 newtons acts on it for 3 seconds. How fast is it now going? So, first thing that we're going to do is write down what we're given. We were given the mass, that was the 2 kilograms. We also know the force, which is 10 newtons. So we're going to use Newton's second law to get the A. So now we know that the acceleration of the system is 5 meters per second squared. Okay, now what? So then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the how fast equation. We can't use the how far because we don't know how far did it go. That wasn't given in the problem. But we were given time, so we've calculated the A, and we know the time. We also know it started at rest, so its initial speed is 0. So 0 plus 5 times 3 is going to be 15, and then speed is meters per second. So that's the whole point of using Newton's second law. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we will talk about our final topic, which is Newton's third law of motion.